Why do we play video games? It's quite a question. Let me answer that. But first, I'm gonna need to put on some lo-fi hip-hop real quick. There we go. Why do we play video games? Despite playing enough video games to be considered a high-ranking member of the alt-right, this is a question I struggle with daily, as another minute I spend playing Garry's Mod in single player is a minute that many would consider time better spent doing literally anything else. So what exactly makes video games so appealing that I'm taking time away from working out, getting a girlfriend, or literally anything productive? My gamer self-reflection began when I impulsively bought an HD remaster of a little game called Shenmue. Now, Shenmue originally came out in 1999 for the Sega Dreamcast, but the HD remaster is available for most modern consoles. The story follows Ryo Hazuki and his quest for revenge, but that really doesn't matter. But if you are one of the 5 people that actually care about the story in Shenmue, here's the gist. In 1986 Yokosuka, Japan, Ryo Hazuki returns to his family dojo to witness his father's murder by a mysterious man named Lan Di, looking for something called the Dragon Mirror. After that all happens, Ryo swears to avenge his father's death, which is followed by a 20-odd hour goose chase, which is followed by a 20-odd year one. And I know what you may be thinking. Ian, you're super hot and awesome, and thank you. But I know you're also thinking, what makes this game so special? Well, the basic idea of Shenmue is that a bunch of guys just got together in an office building and said, what if you could, do anything, I guess. From what it says on the back of the box, the average person would be led to believe that the game is about doing detective work and occasionally beating up some dudes. While I can say that there is detective work and the beating of dudes, that is not what Shenmue is about.
Now, if you let me go, I wish to resume my journey.
What Shenmue is actually about is the stuff that goes on in between detective work and the beating of dudes. The general progression of Shenmue is pretty much just made up of waiting. Just about every story beat you can think of in the game is punctuated by waiting several in-game hours. The best way I can describe Shenmue is basically The Room, the video game, but like good and stuff. If you're obsessed with The Room to a disturbing degree like I am, you'll know that one of the many things that set it apart from other movies is the extreme focus on the mundanities of life and stuff. Plotlines just sort of show up and get dropped just because
that's life.
Yeah.
Hey, Johnny. Hey, Mike. Hey, Danny.
Shenmue is kind of like that, but in video game format. Also, it's good. There is such an extreme attention to detail just because they want it to be realistic. You can pick up any item, turn off the lights, turn on the lights, open the drawers, call on a rotary phone, look at your watch, turn on the light on your watch. I mean, it gets to the point where you have to go into the store and buy the right kind of batteries for your Walkman. Talk about game mechanic of the year. What's the deal with Shenmue? Yeah, that's a good one. Seinfeld. Weeaboos rejoice because this probably has the best 1986 rural Japanese town simulator out there. And I know you otakus are gonna throw some weird visual novel I've never heard of with some questionable content at me, but in those visual novels, can you really turn around an orange and observe it from all angles? I don't think so. Checkmate, weeaboos. I mean, you really can live your perfect anime life here. You can run out the door, crumbs of toast spilling like a waterfall from your disgusting anime referencing mouth late for work. Then you can wait at the bus stop while listening to Skater Boy on your walk person, or whatever baby boomers did before the internet age. Then when you get to work, you can push stuff around on a forklift for 8 virtual hours, then buy gachapon on your break because not even a virtual life is safe from Japanese money printers. Then you can work really long hours and go drinking with your coworkers, causing you to have little time to yourself and ultimately causing the sharp decline of the Japanese birth rate. Yeah, it's pretty great. The one thing I always thought was interesting is that every NPC has their own daily schedule in relation to everyone. They all have jobs and routines, and you can spend an entire day just people watching if you want. It's not very interesting, but you can do it. Pretty much none of the NPCs are any help when it comes to deciphering clues, but it's still fun to talk to them.
What's anything?
Since I'm incredibly popular with the ladies, it's fun to experience a virtual world where the female gender doesn't throw themselves on my feet at every opportunity. Despite the genius idea of living out your anime dream life, Shenmue is definitely far from a perfect game. The controls are a really awkward version of tank controls, and the skybox is even more wonky. Every NPC is hard-coded into one expression that ranges from happy to Stephanie when I asked her to prom. Also, I know a lot of people consider this game to be boring, but since I consider myself to be mentally gifted, I can say that I appreciate this game for its uniqueness. The waiting is just part of the experience. Just go to the arcade, just play some darts or something.
Game over.
Also, this is unrelated, but the voice acting?
Ichiro. Hey, bro. How would you like your hair today? I'm not here for a haircut. I came to ask about people from China. I'm broke! I can't afford to drink! I'm looking for some sailors. Sailors? Well, I always see them near bars. What? Yeah. You want to buy something? Then you have to leave now. Bye.
Okay. Perfect. Also, can I just say how much I love Ryo?
I'm looking for sailors.
He's so focused on avenging his father that it takes priority over literally everything else, and it's just hilarious. It's seriously all he thinks about.
I can't go without letting you know how I feel.
I know.
Huh?
But right now, Do you know where the sailors hang out around here?
I don't know if this is because of the dating technology, but he also comes off as incredibly socially awkward.
Are you alone?
I'm looking for a place where sailors hang out. Don't you know that blackmail is way uncool? Excuse me.
Help yourself to a glass of water.
No. I'm looking for someone who knows about Chinese people.
Oh, hey, Rio. I can't serve you alcohol, but have a seat.
Thanks.
Are you gonna sit down?
How about
Are
a
you
cola?
gonna sit down, Rio?
Sure.
Are you gonna sit down? Are you gonna... No? Okay. Okay. So yeah, that's Shenmue. It's really a game that puts atmosphere over everything, and it definitely has its flaws. But despite all its oddities and quirks, when you're hanging out at night while listening to some music on your Walkman, there really isn't anything else like it. And that uniqueness is what makes it one of my favorite games I've played in a long time. Okay, so that was cool and all, but what does this have to do with the greater picture? What does Shenmue have to do with why we play video games? Well, the one thing I've noticed about Shenmue is how hard it tries to suck you into this virtual world. How hard it tries to convince you that the people and places that aren't real are. Look at this orange, put the batteries in, all of that stuff. And once I noticed this, I realized that's something pretty much all games have in common. Hundreds of thousands of video games exist for this one purpose, to create new worlds for people to explore. So, why do we play video games? Well, because video games are stupid, and you are too. Hello everyone, Ian here. Thank you for watching this pilot, I think. The more I edited this video, the less proud I got of it, but I just really wanted to get this out so I could get a video out. I think this is what I want to do, but if I change my mind, which I tend to do a lot, I'm probably just gonna not do it. But if I really like it and you guys like it, then I think I might do a Best Games of 2018 next. I have some good ideas for that. Otherwise, I have a couple ideas, not too sure. Really don't think my videos are gonna speed up, but they will happen and I will work on them. Probably. Maybe. Thank you for watching.
I'm looking for some sailors.